Hey guys, how are you doing? So recently I read a few things about how to make my drone fly better. One topic that I read and found is about the ducted propeller. So I curious how ducted propeller work and how it produce more thrust than without using it. So I do some a bit of reading and especially from this YouTube video. He explained quite well how the ducted propeller works and what is the challenge that it resolves. So I'm thinking to use this mechanism and plug it into my Tello to see some results if I can prolong the battery life, for example. So that being said, let's do some designing work. This is the setup that I use to find out the flight time for Tello when there is a wind disturbance. So when there is a wind disturbance means that Tello need more power to maintain in one position. So from the result, I can find out either ducted propeller or open air propeller is much efficient in handling this situation. Here I ran CFD for my design to see if the aerofoil does it works. So based on the analysis, the velocity and the pressure produced by the aerofoil seem normal to me. Everything looks good. Let's go to the next step. From this test result, I can see that using ducted propeller will improve the immunity of the flight time with or without wind disturbance. For this smoke test, my finding is when using ducted propeller, air intake is coming from the top of the propeller compared to open air propeller which coming from can be any direction. I can assume that the loss of the thrust produced by the propeller is much lower using ducted propeller, hence the efficiency is much higher. From my observation on this video, there's not much difference of drone movement using ducted propeller versus open air propeller. This is because ducted propeller is intended to increase the efficiency of the thrust produced downward. Even though the movement seems similar to you, perhaps the motor RPM that produce the same force downward are much lower using ducted propeller. So, from my observation, based on this exercise, I found out that using ducted propeller does improve in producing thrust because of the design of the ducted propeller. The stability when it comes in windy situation will push the drone and make it unstable compared to using open air propeller. In exchange, for open air propeller, it's more immune to the windy situation, but the thrust is not so efficient as compared to ducted propeller. For that reason, I choose to keep this ducted propeller design into my Tello for my further experiment. Thanks for watching, and as always, have a nice day. Bye.